Alright, it's time to spill the beans. It's time to reveal everything. If you didn't see it already, if you don't see it already, all of this thing about intuition, your consciousness, raising in frequency, ascending to other levels, it is the lost art that Jesus taught back then. It is the ascension of the body, the ascension of the flesh, because that's really what you're here for. You're not here to just be in the mental plane. You're not only here for that. Yes, that can spill over and make some wonderful manifestations. I mean, your whole system is projecting out whatever it is that you're seeing, and people and places will sort of fit in to those molds, even if it's fake, until everyone has learned that is included in the collective of that consciousness to try and figure it out. And then they get to ascend to the next level. There is a level. Video games are created based on this. It is this natural way that humans raise in frequency. And of course, playing a video game, you get the fake adrenaline of having done it. But you actually haven't done anything other than pressed a few buttons. And we're not going to say that you haven't done anything, because you've created a lot of pathways. And you can justify it with that you have created a lot of positive, action-driven this and that, but you have only pressed buttons. You haven't actually injected your energy into your body and actually done the thing if you just press buttons. Like it's on those levels that we're talking about. And that goes for when you channel, there is one thing that has to happen first before you can channel, and that is to clear the vessel. And that is not just done by some smoke and some I clear the vessel intention, although that helps, absolutely. But it is, it's about virtues. You have to have practiced good virtues through your body in order for this energy to be in service to you. You have to let the energy know that you're in service to it, because you see its value. And what is the it? It's you. It's you coming through. It's much more like a birth in frequency. And it feels like that, even through a male body. When these energies starts to trickle in and these upgrades starts to happen with the system, it feels like a birth, because that's literally what it is. It's like when a flower blooms, what do you think that came from? It came from the soil. Where do you think human beings grow from? Through a little bit of struggle, you grow, and you go like, no effing way. You know, this is gonna be this is how. But that only comes when you have clarified the space. And we are talking about clarification of human interactions. Internal, well, first of all, before human interactions, you have to make sense of this space. And sometimes it can benefit being very alone, feeling the loneliness so much that it transforms into knowledge, or whatever it is that you're feeling. Because it's not enough, although it can work, manifestation through the mind. Of course it works, But it's much more fun to connect with Gaia and figure out why you're actually here in the first place, so that she can guide you to that realization. And that is a book that you're being asked to partake in every single day. And that is the book of daring to share how you feel, daring to share what you see. Not from the mind, from the body. Actually feeling so deeply into your experience in your body that you feel when someone is trying to be sneaky with their energy. Like now, we're seeing a mosquito. You know? It's interesting. This is this... Hang on a second. You see? It kind of went here. I didn't see it. Clearly, you can see we don't like mosquitoes. You know, there's something about that. Because it's like, no, you're not allowed to suck here. You know? That's a healthy thing. No, you don't get to do that thing that you think that it's okay. No, I have this to look after. You see? It is maintaining your light, knowing what your light is, not giving your light to others, not even through we were just about to go after it. It's like the body is like in hunt mode, you know, and you can kind of pretend that spiritual people, you don't kill anything, but like that's not true. When something is interfering with the free will of your God-given gift, you have the right to inject your 2 cents, regardless of what people think. You have the right to do that. You can just do it nicely, you know? It doesn't have to be a horrible thing, but you start nice, but if it's not recognized, you can go a little bit harder. If it's something that is mutually accepted, of course, respect where people are at in frequency. Many people are not ready yet for this information. People are not ready to actually take accountability for how much they have misunderstood this reality. So they rather just keep going. And that's just another way of saying someone is not ready to ascend to the next level yet. But we know that there are many beings that are ready, that just need that little, that are seeking. That seeking needs to be there. It's like, I know there is something else. I know this reality is not what's possible here. I know there is more. This is for you. There is more. We have experienced more. We have been in hermit mode for quite some time to have gone through this clarification of the body and closed all realities to family members that we saw were mishandling this energy, and we allowed for it, and we had to just claim it back. And it's okay. You know, they have free will to play in how they want to view reality. But we also have free will how we know it works, because we can see something greater. Because unless we look after ourselves, we're not going to be of any help to anyone else. We can pretend, which many people are so good at, pretending. But that doesn't do anything in frequency to pretend. It needs to be correct perspective linked to the body. The body's, otherwise you are wrong. You know, that's sort of what your body is trying to tell you. Your perspective is wrong here. So you feel it. You feel like something is off, you know. It's your perspective that you're usually this is about. But sometimes it can be about other things, other beings, other things. You can sort of hold a concept in your mind, and then you can feel for, does this feel good? Then it's for you. If it doesn't, keep twisting it until it feels good. And once you have the feeling aligned, that's you having Gaia on board. That's pretty important, you know? So that you don't just think your way into a little knot that you have to get yourself out of eventually. So that's why we're shifting every day. Like, we are like a broken record, but it's like when you know what the solution is and you know how clear it is, because we've done it, we have gotten ourselves into many, many different when we have crossed over, because there is a threshold. We are now back into the dualistic game and working, knowing how to go back to the holistic perspective. Still maintaining that to the best of our ability inside much more energies to work with. And so that's the challenge for us, maintaining the light that we have practiced for so long with other beings that do not have the same practice as we have. Because we can feel their sneaky under these ways that they want to get energy from a dualistic perspective. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to anchor this way, so that you are receiving your own stream of consciousness. That's why we're here. And many beings have so much misperceptions that they are creating literal realities. Just because you can create it and it's real in front of you doesn't make it the best option. You know, like, we have to rethink what reality is here. Because when we know that we are creating it, there needs to be an operating system. And that's what this is. We are training every single day to course correct. We are, and especially when, like, anchoring into the truth, like trusting in the flow. There's a lot of things like that. Sometimes the body is just petrified to go through a certain action, to go to the next level. It's like a cat just petrified, doesn't want to move. That's trauma. That needs to be worked through. There's a process to all of this, so that you lessen that, and then you get more and more into strength with the body in all kinds of areas. This is how you adjust so that your mind is actually playing on the same team as you. Because sometimes it can almost seem like your own system is sort of geared against you with so many distorted thoughts. That's why it has to be paired with good feeling if it's worth entertaining. But sometimes you need to go in and, it might feel uncomfortable to feel those feelings. But if you're feeling real feelings from the body, that's when you level up with your system. But if you just create stories in your brain and make make feelings and then you share those feelings, that's not really, oh, you just listening to you're just supposed to do that and that's why you do. You know, like there's a lot of these trickster energies that you will be an expert at eventually. It's just part of the game. This is the only way out, actually, to this game. Not to follow us, but what we are speaking of is the only way out. This maze that you've created, it is only, there is only one way, and that is through. Through facing what you think is so terrible, which is the truth. Don't get caught in this we are all one stuff. Yes, that is true, of course. But that's not the game that we're playing here with the body in order to ascend it. There needs to be some distinguish like what we are speaking of, because you can't just superimpose these spiritual, so high mental, in a mental concept and you superimpose it on your situation. No, you have to cultivate your light. Your light is your power. Your light is how you're using your God-given gift, this energy, through your body. And once you have the correct perspective, you will anchor more light, simply. And that takes the form, usually not in one go. It's usually day by day, course correcting every single day, so that you anchor and shift and get upgrades every single day. That's what we do every single day. We are channeling every single day. We are shifting every single day. And we are usually also having some form of Heya session every single day. Sometimes there are just shorter ones, and sometimes there are a bit longer ones, and longer ones and more special ones, they are released as a hair remedy. And the rest is part of the Ascension program. So if you want to start to shift with us, you can start for free. There is a link below, and we'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Ciao.